Hey everyone, hey wellness crew, and welcome to today's live stream. I am streaming from inside my bedroom without my mic because it's outside and it's kind of cold. And to be quite honest, I was just a little bit too lazy to go get it. I'm gonna just keep it 100. So, I wanted to talk a little bit today about confidence and about maintaining your confidence, how you can build on your confidence, and how you don't have to start out as the most confident person in order to build on your confidence, right? It's not like you're just going to wake up one day and all of a sudden be the most confident person in the room, right? Confidence is something that can be incredibly sexy. It's something that can be incredibly magnetic. It's something that can really draw people to you. But it's not something that you just find overnight. It's something that maybe you may think you're born with, or something that you think, maybe is something that's a little bit elusive, right? Maybe you're not the most confident person, and that's totally okay. For a really long period of my life, I was definitely not a confident person. I had absolutely no self esteem. I was always talking down to myself. I was always thinking the worst of myself. I just didn't really know how to open up to people, how to talk to people, how to express my personality. And I definitely wanted to be able to reach out to some people today and let you know that, hey, if that's you right now, if you're in a place right now where you're not feeling the most confident, that's okay. You can definitely build on your experiences right now and grow to be a more confident person. Spending some time with yourself, getting to learn more about yourself, being confident in your skin, right? Doing some different practices, maybe talking to yourself in the mirror, giving yourself little pep talks. Little things like that can really help you grow a lot and help you really learn more about how to be more confident, right? It's not something that just happens overnight. This is something that takes little baby steps for some people. For some people, they can make really great leaps. It just depends on how much you want to believe in yourself and how much, thank you so much for the like. It just depends on how much you want to, kind of take it to the next level. It definitely helps when you start with a good foundation, right? When you have kind of that base, when you have that base of support, when you have a supportive family. Oh, hi, New Orleans. That's amazing. Hi, Lincoln. It's great when you have a support system. That's always something that helps with confidence. When you already have people telling you you can do this, or when you have people telling you, hey, cheering you on from the sidelines with whatever it is that you want to do. Hi, Ethan. All these things are fantastic and great and wonderful. But for some people, they don't already have that. So I just want to encourage you. Aw, thank you so much, Fourth. I appreciate that. So, I just want to encourage you that you can always build um, on it yourself. You can find all these resources within yourself. You can definitely look into how to be more confident, not just from me, but from a whole bunch of other people that are on YouTube. I don't expect you to just rely on me and my coaching. I expect you to, want to learn more about how to be more confident from other sources, from other people. I'm not your only go-to person, right? There's a whole bunch of different people that you can learn how to be confident from, or, take other people's opinions and learn and grow, right? Don't just rely on one person. Get different ideas. Learn, other types of strategies and mechanisms for, how you feel your best, right? When you're listening to somebody and they inspire you, keep on listening to them. If they suggest somebody else, like I always suggest Alexis, so that's AWWLEXIS. I always suggest her because she makes me personally feel incredible. I always love to listen to her live streams, watch her live streams. They just always make me feel really good. Thank you. So, it's just one of those things where sometimes when it comes to feeling confident, it's those little small things. It's deciding like, hey, maybe I'm not going to be on the weekends when you do have the opportunity to just be relaxing and chilling out. Maybe you don't want to be in your pajamas all day, right? Maybe you do want to be dressed up for just no reason, kind of like me right now. I was like, you know what? I was actually going to stream in my hoodie and my sweats outside. And I was like, no, let me go ahead and just get dressed up. I'm talking about confidence. And yeah, I can be confident in really anything I'm wearing, but I feel confident in a dress right now. So I'm going to wear a dress. Or if you're a man, right? If you want to wear like a button down shirt and jeans instead of your sweats. I know athleisure is all the rage right now, and you can definitely be confident in absolutely anything you wear. But in that moment, whatever you feel most confident in, wear that, whatever it is for you. Setting yourself up for success, setting yourself up for not only looking confident, but honestly feeling confident, the things that make you feel good, things that make you feel like you're going to put your best foot forward. Internally, right? Maybe you're not having the best day. That doesn't mean that you can't be confident. That doesn't mean that you can't use your voice. Greetings, hi. It's one of those things where you, okay, let's go ahead and get rid of that. We definitely just want to project confidence whenever we can. And it's not always easy to do, right? Like what I'm doing right now. Sometimes people are going to be saying things that are going to be trying to make me feel bad or trying to make me feel insecure. But what that really is that's me allowing somebody to get into my head. That's me allowing somebody to bother me. That's me allowing somebody to hurt my feelings. That's not that other person doing it. That's me allowing that to occur. So always remember that when someone's trying, like saying something or doing something and it bothers you, it's not that other person. It's you giving that person power. So always keep that in mind, right? You do have the control. It's just you have to make the decision of whether you're going to allow yourself to keep the control or if you're going to give it away to another person. And that sounds incredibly difficult. And that sounds incredibly, annoying. And that sounds incredibly, like, oh, frustrating. Like, what do you mean? It's not that other person's fault. It's my fault. It's like, well, no, we have to take accountability and we have to take responsibility for things. Hi. We just kind of have to be able to do that in order for us to take control of the situation. So, being confident. Being confident is also being knowledgeable. So when we're knowledgeable in something, that also brings us confidence. When we've been doing something for a while, thank you so much. When we've been doing something for a while, usually that brings confidence, right? Practice makes perfect. I really hate that saying. I would more say practice brings comfort. And while I do think that discomfort brings growth, when you start to get comfortable with something, when you start to get good at something, that will bring confidence. When you start to get used to doing something, repetition, right? Repetition, practice, things like that. That's when you start to gain confidence in doing something, whether it's doing something new or doing something that you've been doing. When you keep on doing it, when you don't stop, when you don't give up, despite whatever's going on, that's going to bring confidence. When you feel like you're improving in something, that's going to bring confidence. So increasing your skills, increasing the way that you see things, increasing your viewpoint on things, widening your worldview, that's going to bring confidence as well. You don't have to do something for an incredibly long amount of time, but you do want to do something well to the best of your abilities. You don't have to be perfect. I never preach perfection. I always just preach progress. Doing something to the best of your ability, bringing your best as much as you can, and trying to engage when you can, trying to give as much as you can when you can, as long as you're not giving too much of yourself, right, away. So thank you so much, Ethan. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. So feeling confident is, okay, this is a great question. So what if you feel like you lost your passion for life? So I'm going to be very, very real right now, and I'm going to share something that I don't really talk about a lot. So I actually suffer from depression. It's something that I've struggled with for a very long time. It's just a chemical imbalance that I deal with. And, I've definitely struggled with feeling like, oh, I have, I don't feel like I've found my place sometimes, or even if I've, found success in one thing or another, I have felt like I just don't have it. I just don't have it right now. I just don't feel good right now. I just don't feel like I'm doing what I need to be doing, or I just don't feel, even if I'm successful, or even if I have what I want happening, or even if I'm doing, whatever. Sometimes I just feel like I don't have that passion sometimes as well. Yesterday, I actually went and tried ketamine therapy, and I found it to be really, really helpful for my depression. And I'm not saying that you should go and try ketamine therapy, but yeah, I suffer from clinical depression. that's that's as elaborate as I'm gonna get with it. Yeah. So it's just something that I've dealt with since I was a teenager, and yeah, I don't associate the evil eye with having anything to do with anti-Jesus, but I do definitely see your point of view, and I am very respectful of it. Ketamine therapy. So what I tried was Spravato. It's a intranasal spray, and it was my first session. And basically, how it works is for a month you go twice a week, and then for the second month I am working out actually. It's just that I haven't been filming it. So the second month you go once a week. And yeah, so, it's just kind of one of those things where I needed to try something else because my depression has been medication resistant. So finding that has been very helpful and has been something that is new and something that I've tried and something that I really wasn't planning on sharing yet until I kind of went through the whole journey. But since you brought that up, okay, well, for you, that may be true. For me, that's not true, but I, of course, respect your opinion. So, okay, this is not the place for that, dear. So yeah, so I have found that to be helpful. So hopefully, maybe you can look into that for you wherever you are, and if your insurance can cover it and things like that. Um, you know, that's something that you could look into. I'm not a doctor, so I cannot give medical advice, and I cannot say, hey, go and do this. But what I can say is that I did find it to be helpful for me. And so I like to share things that have been helpful for me, and if that can be in any ketamine, ketamine, but this is esketamine, which is a derivative of ketamine, and it's called Spravato, and it's FDA approved ketamine to be used for medication resistant depression. That that it's having a hard time being treated with a medication or other modalities of treatment. Anyways, so for some people it does, absolutely. Yeah, I think, as long as you're... So what happens is with the Spravato, it is twice a week for 1 month, and then it's once a week for 1 month. However, with me, there was a scheduling conflict. So this first week, which was this week, it's actually only going to be once a month, one time this week, and then for the next 4 weeks, it'll be twice a week, and then after that, it'll be once a week for 3 weeks. So it was a little bit differently. It worked a little bit differently in my situation. And again, this is not something that is a go-to immediately. This is something that you would try when other things have not worked out. Actually, I knew the effects of ketamine. I knew that the effects of ketamine were something that were very powerful and that could be medically very beneficial back in 2012. I had an emergency C-section with my first son, and I could feel them cutting into me, and they said there's no way. There's no way that she, is feeling this. And the person that was in the room with me was saying, yes, she can. Try it again. So they started to cut into me again, and I could feel it. So I was making a sound like, yeah, I can feel it. And so the doctor at the time told me, okay, we're going to use a medication called ketamine to put you out. You're going to see some strange things, but this is what we have to do in order to prevent you from feeling us cutting into you in order to get your child out of your body. So they gave me a mega dose of ketamine. And I remember afterwards, I was able to, breastfeed. I was able to be off of medication for 4 months. I was able to do a whole bunch of stuff. But at the time, there wasn't really any correlation between ketamine being able to treat depression. So I just didn't know that there was any type of correlation. Of course, you fast forward years later and you hear a lot about ketamine and you hear a lot about, this and that, and how there is a correlation and how it can help treat anxiety and how it can help with a lot of different things, right? But it's not like this real easy thing. Like, you're monitored, everything that you do with this experience is, you have to be very, very careful, and it's a very, very sensitive journey that you're going through. You can have headphones on, you can listen to music, you can, let's see, you can journal, you can write, you can color. There's a lot of different things that you can do, and it's a really interesting experience. Yeah, so I have found immediate benefits and help. I today haven't really had any symptoms of depression at all. So, which is the first time that I can say that in a really long time. Usually I do deal with a few at least, symptoms of depression daily. I haven't had any at all today. Sometimes it's been hard to kind of tell, because I do have an autoimmune disease, if my fatigue or if my, thank you so much. It's kind of hard to tell if my fatigue and things like that is due to my autoimmune disease or due to depression, but now I know the difference. I would appreciate if you don't. But even if you did, I really can't stop you. And just to be quite honest, AI has a very hard time replicating me, so good luck. But I would really appreciate if you didn't. But I do appreciate that you did ask. But even if you tried to, it's not going to work very well. But now that you've said that, I'm probably going to hop off pretty quickly. But yeah, so, it's just kind of one of those things where, yeah, I just still really wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I mean, AI is going to take all of these kinds of content and stuff over. So, I don't have much longer of being able to do this. So, all right. I just like to keep things separate. The things that I do are what I do. And I like to keep everything separate. This is about wellness, and this is about trying to help people. So I like to stay on task. So yeah, no, it's just, I'm gonna probably keep this short, just because it's just what I feel comfortable with and what I feel comfortable with sharing. I actually wasn't planning on talking about this. I was really trying to talk about confidence. But getting back to that, part of what helps me feel confident is when I find things that are treatment worthy, right? Things that have helped me in my treatment, sharing my treatment journeys. That helps me feel confident, because I enjoy helping people. I enjoy helping others find things that can help them, because a lot of people have gone through the same things that I've gone through, right? Just like working out. And just because I haven't put out a workout video does not mean that I'm not working out. I'm actually trying to fine tune the Pilates the way that I feel like it should show and be shown, so that way I'm not injuring anybody. That's what I really want to kind of pivot more into. Yes, I do like doing the yoga and Pilates fusions, but I want to primarily, oh, that is my sign that I actually do need to go, because I had a plan to do something with someone. That's amazing. So anyways, thank you guys. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and or join one of the membership tiers, as it is popping off with content. And I will see y'all on the next video or live stream. Be well, stay wild as well, and hopefully next time I'll actually be able to delve more into the topic that I was hoping to delve into. Bye.